Hey guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review, and this is one of the leftover special ones from the Black Friday haul that I got from the Royston. So, cheers, Andy, and the guys at the Royston. I thought I'd do a special one before I go back to work. I do have one left somewhere. This is Cloudwater versus the Vale, and it's Forever Chubbles. Crazy DIPA beer. Obviously, Chubbles they release every year. I think they released this one the last couple of years as well. Where's the ABV? It's on there. I know what it is. It's 8%. There we go. 8% ABV. What have we got in there? Oats, barley, and wheat. Proper. And this originally was £9 something, and I don't know why, but he always puts the blooming prices over the whole of the can, so you have to get rid of it. But I did not pay that. I paid about £6, I think, or just over £6 for this beer, which was cool. It is slightly past its date. It's October, I believe, so a couple of months out of date. It's a tiny bit taut, like a drum skin. So I'm hoping this doesn't explode everywhere. It's a DIPA, so it shouldn't. Yeah, it didn't. It didn't. Trick is, the stronger the beers are, the less likely they are to explode everywhere, which is crazy. Oh, that one has kind of gibbered out of the can a little bit, but a tiny bit on my hand. And because this is a big glass, I've gone for it's a honeydew. It's a kind of bigger version of my tasting glass, just in case it was really fizzy. I don't think it will be, but yeah. So let's get this bad boy into a glass. This, I'm not actually sure on the recipe of this bad boy, because it's kind of, they keep it secret to some degree, but it says it uses, oh dear, definitely got some particulate in there. My God. But I would imagine it's definitely got Citra in, and it's probably got. So, what are the other hops they've got in there? Galaxy and Dorado are the other hops. So, tropically fruity type hops, and it's going to have Citra. There's no way it can't have Citra in. But half a finger's head. Oh, lovely. It smells really fresh, actually, which is cool. It's a shame that that big dump of whatever has all gone in there, but definitely a complete hazy milkshake bad boy, perhaps with the influence of the verdant hops, who knows? So let us get this in here. Forever Chubbles. Thank you once again, Andy at the Royston. Pub of the year for not only the local, i.e. the island that we live on, but the East Kent winner. So yeah, they were up against I can't remember what it was, a proper pub, like a big pub that does Sunday roasts and all that kind of nonsense. So when you're a small micro pub, yeah, how are you going to compete, especially with camera? How are you going to compete with somewhere where you can get a roast dinner on Sunday and food and all that kind of stuff? But compete they did. There was not much in it from what I am led to believe. So yeah, well done, Andy. And yeah, let's see what we get from this bad boy, 8% DIPA. Cheers and beers, everyone. Oh, so these are the type of beers that everyone says, oh, you got to drink it fresh. Alas, I can't really afford drinks at full price, especially when they're fresh. So this is a little bit extra bitter, but it's not that bitter. It's still got a nice zesty kind of grapefruity thing going on there. I am getting a bit of the kind of overly hop bitterness, perhaps, from the Citra hops, i.e. the kind of green stuff. Um, and that yeast is definitely in there. Thick, yeasty, oh, creamy kind of body. It's creamy hops. No doubt that's from the oats that they've used in here. And I had the watered down version, I believe, because Andy had the Chubbles normal on cask, which is kind of almost unheard of. And that was pretty strong, I think. But 8%. And then the triple version was a lot higher. I think that was about 10% or something like that. So, yeah, you could, if you come down to the Royston at the right time of the year, you can pick up all of these kind of good beers. Yeah, and if you come down Black Friday, if he's got any left, you might be able to pick up a bargain. But I'm not suggesting you do that because who knows what it will be. And I don't think he had planned it for Black Friday. I was just there on the right day, and he'd gone, "Oh, I'm clearing the cellar out of some of these slightly older stock, and I'll give you a third off or whatever it was." I think he cut me a deal as well and rounded it down. So I think I spent about 25, 30 quid maybe. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, let's go for some more. Oh, so up front, there is that zestiness there, but there's a nice amount of tropicalness. And then you've got that green, yeah, green kind of grass, mown cuttings, hedgerow, dank, some people say, wet, wet forest, however you'd like to say it, which essentially says to me Citra. So I know for sure there's some Citra in this bad boy. Everything else tastes like a kind of tropically, kind of pineapple-y, juicy thing that's going on. And interesting, it's coming across as juice and not as kind of the oaty, quite gassed up as well. But this has been in the fridge. The oaty kind of creaminess that's latched on more to the Citra, to that green kind of stuff. Whereas the juicy side of it has kind of remained a bit juicy, I'd say. I did have this beer last year as well, and I know they kind of mess up with things, or mash up, should I say? Mash up, indeed. It's hop up, really, and they kind of mess around with it a bit. But I think the base beers kind of similar, and then they mess around with how much they should charge with the ridiculous hoppage. You've also got the version style beers, and I think one version, what are we on, version 17, version 18, something like that. V as in the veil, and they kind of mash up properly. It's a Manchester kind of thing, isn't it? They full on mash up. But Cloudwater, I don't know. Some people are saying Cloudwater isn't what it was, and they're kind of being a bit samey and a bit safe and that kind of stuff. But when you've got fantastic, epic beers like this, why not keep to what you're doing right? I mean, mash it up a little bit, and by that I mean try experimental hops. That's a good way of doing it. Don't just stick to what you know. Yeah, and perhaps they're playing it a little bit safe now that they're in the supermarket. They're making a lot of beers. I don't think they need contracts really with the supermarkets, but alas, that's what we've got. Oh, just look at the lacing on that bad boy. It is like creating some psychedelia there. My God. Floating birds, lines, all that kind of craziness. What have we got there? Oh, look, it's a rooster sort of sticking out there. Absolutely nuts. And I am aware that there might be a little chunk of kind of sedimente falling right to the bottom of my glass. So I've got to be a little bit careful and not. It's like a cup of coffee, or even when you're brewing teas, especially when you're brewing in teapots, it's always safer to leave a tiny little bit, a thumbnail, a thimble in the bottom, just in case you swallow some particulates that you're not intending to swallow. But when you're drinking an 8% beer, especially in a big can, on camera, it'd be rude not to finish it. There we go. That's what I mean. Leave them wanting more. That's what I say. This has been Unclejona drinking 2024 version of Forever Chubbles, Cloudwater versus the Veil, DIPA beer, 8%. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Why not think about subscribing, and then you won't miss out on chestnuts like this. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And come back, because I'm going to be doing another beer review. That's coming up real soon.